Hey, welcome back to gggaming. In this video, we're going to do something really cool. We've all got that nice free Darkrai as part of this event, but we're also going to build it end to end. You're going to see everything. So this video applies to more than just Darkrai. It applies to any Pokemon that you want to build to be an absolute raid boss and be awesome. As we see here, I got two Darkrai. I got my special one from the event, as well as this awesome shiny Darkrai that I've transferred over from Pokemon Go. We are actually going to build the shiny Darkrai. So let's get into this. Let's see how it works. Let's see everything end to end that you've got to do to make a Pokemon just awesome. Stick around. All right, let's do this. Let's build this Darkrai or any other Pokemon that you may want to build to be an absolute raid boss. First things first, make it the first Pokemon in your party. You don't want it to be second, third, fourth, fifth, etc. You want it to be right here at the top, front and center. Why? Because we are going to do things with our bag over here, such as level it up, give it IVs, all that good stuff, and he needs to be number one for all of that stuff to work really quick and nice and easy. Step number one. Level the thing up. Level 20 isn't going to cut it. If you are lower level and you're working your way up through the game, great. Just continue to level them as you can. But otherwise, if you're an in-gamer like me, you're going to go straight over here to the this little guy, the candy button, whatever. Filter this thing by type, and that's going to put all of our EXP stuff at the top. So these are the ones that we want to work with. As you see, I've got lots to work with because I do lots of raids. In this case, I'm going to go down here. I'm going to take this EXP candy large, use it on that Darkrai. I'm going to hit the left arrow on the D-pad on the left controller, and that's going to max out 124. That's going to push him to 100, no questions asked. 1.2 million? No, it didn't look like 1.2 million XP. Anyway, Darkrai grew to level 100. That is step one for your raid bosses. Get them up as high as level as you possibly can. If you can go to 100, you get them to 100. Now, when we back out of that, if he had any moves that he learned natively throughout the levels, he would have just tried to trigger and learn those moves. But Darkrai, being the fact that I ported him in and he's not specific to this game, no moves to learn by leveling up. So now we can go check summary and take a look at our level 100 basic Darkrai. He's nowhere near done. He's already got the right Tera type. We're going to pretend that he doesn't have the right Tera type, and I will show you how to change his Tera type to whatever you wanted to change it to. Well, okay, so we will get to that. Let's go over, take a look at the rest of what we've got to work with. His ability is Bad Dreams. I honestly don't know if Darkrai has any other ability. I will check here in a second, and then we'll change that if he has a better one. Otherwise, we're going to leave that, and we'll talk about the two items that we use to either change his abilities. His current moveset. These are the same moves he had when he was level 20. So we're talking about this right here. This is what we're going to change. When he's pushed up to level 100, you have access to everything, the full gambit of what he can do. So step one, let's go remember moves. And then we're going to see what he's got in his pool. What's native to him? We're going to find some things that work well, and then we're going to go check out the TM options. Okay? If you want to skip remember moves and go straight to TM, if you have all the TMs, everything's going to be available there, and you can do that as well. But let's go remember moves, and let's take a look at what he's got. But I skipped a part. First and foremost, we want to see what kind of an attacker he is, okay? Before we can pick moves, we need to know what we're working with. So we haven't actually put any IVs in him, so it's zero. There's nothing there. There's nothing boosted this way, or that way. It's zero. This is the best way to establish what your Pokemon is good at. We clearly see he's a special attacker. He's also got amazing speed. We don't have to really worry about speed. That speed's phenomenal. We won't have to boost that at all. He's got great special attack and good defense. The defense is already being lowered, but we can see that little blue mark there. So we'll actually use one of the little mints or whatever they're called to change that because we don't want to drop his defense. What we do is we'll actually boost his special attack further, and then we'll lower his regular attack because we're not actually going to put any moves on him in his attack. If you were wanting to build a Pokemon an attack, then you'd flip that and do it the other way. You get the idea. So we'll get to that part. Stand by. Let's go pick our moves. Special attack. That's what we want to do. Remember moves. And he's dark. So we're building a dark attacker. If you're building anything else, you're going to look at whatever the moves are and go from there. I'm looking at this and I'm seeing 2 moves that jump out to me. Awesome already. Dark Pulse, that's good. It's a win. Why? Because it's got 100% accuracy, 80 power, may cause the target to flinch. Don't worry about that in raids. As far as I know, you cannot make a raid boss flinch. They can make you flinch. Dream Eater, the user eats the dreams of sleeping targets. Don't have to worry about that. You're not going to be sleeping any raid bosses. That'd be good out in the regular world if you're fighting things and using Darkrai through the story mode and stuff like that. That could be fun. We're not going to use that in raids. Nasty Plot, absolutely, that's a must because it boosts your special attack times 2. Really, really great. One to pull in. Dark Void puts them to sleep. Don't need that. Haze, that's really good too. If you're finding Pokemon that boost themselves a lot and you're running into issues, Haze, that's a good one. You're not gonna probably put that on him right out of the box. That'll probably be an ad when you need it for different builds, depending on whatever raid boss you're fighting. So Double Team, not gonna worry about that. Boost Evasiveness, Nightshade, not gonna worry about that. And Sucker Punch is physical. Okay, physical. We're not gonna do physical. Nope. Darkrai, we want special attack. That's where he shines. So we're not gonna do Sucker Punch. But we are going to we're going to do Dark Pulse. Yes, remember Dark Pulse. He had an empty spot, so we didn't have to remove anything. And Nasty Plot. We're going to put Nasty Plot in there. We'll get rid of Hypnosis. And of course, we're building a raid monster here, so we don't need things like the sleep moves, etc. So I'm just reordering these in my preference. You can order these however you want. Now we have 2 more moves. We have 2 things to fill: Quick Attack and Disable. I don't care about either one of those. So go back in here. Whoops. Go over to that. And we're going to use our TM now. Then we're going to filter our TMs. This is what I always do. You don't have to, but I hit that little minus button up there and I filter by name. It just helps me aesthetically always see what's going on. Make sure my TMs are always in the same order. Calm Mind, that's another good one, but we already have Nasty Plot. We don't need Nasty Plot and Calm Mind. We can interchange those if we're finding out we're having an issue surviving against something that's hitting with special attacks. Calm Mind's a good one. I'm seeing another one here, Drain Punch. Drain Punch is a phenomenal move, but Darkrai's not physical. So you'd have to build more of a physical or hybrid Darkrai for Drain Punch to actually come into effect. So I'm not going to mess with that. Got to keep working our way down the list. And this is how you build a good raid boss. Get them up and then just sort of take a look at what your options are. You can also do this at the TM machine at the Pokestop, which is right behind me. You can basically say what is applicable to him and go through all the TMs that you may have there as well. All right, let's keep looking. So we are looking for dark type moves. That's what we're going to build here. We're building a dark type or superior supporting moves. Snarl's a good one. It is special. Okay, special. And it also guaranteedly lowers the special attack of opposing Pokemon. I like that. So if you're fighting someone with special attacks, that one's really, really good. I don't know that we're going to teach that one to him right now. Let's take a look at what else we've got. He does have access to Sword Dance as well, so you can build a physical Darkrai if you would like to. Taunt. Taunt's an absolute win in raid bosses or raids. Taunt is a must-have move at all times, in my opinion. Super, super good just because of what it can do, which is stop a Pokemon from using all their anything but attacks. They must attack you, which gets rid of like over half of the pool of terrible, frustrating moves. Let's see. Thief is physical. Don't need that. What else do we have? Thunder Wave. We could throw Thunder Wave on him. Just add a little paralyze effect to our opponents. But not seeing any big hitter dark type moves. So let's go back to the Pokestop and check the TM machine here. Okay. Make sure we're not missing anything. So we're going to do... I want to filter for learnable moves. And it's going to say basically which Pokemon do you want to do. So in this case, Darkrai over here is what I want to do. So I'm going to pick him. And then it's only going to give me moves that are relevant to Darkrai. So it's going to start with, in numerical order, we see the TM here, basically 6, 7, 8, 17, etc. And basically what's craftable. You can go across to the other sets, and it will only show you a limited number of what's available in each type. And when I say across, you're going across up here. do the different types by hitting the R button or the left button, okay? So we're just going to work our way across. I typically don't like looking at the whole pool. I'm looking for dark type moves or really good otherwise supporting moves. So we'll take a look at the normal. So Scary Face, Protect, Sleep Talk, Endure, Sword Dance we know is really good. Giga Impact, Irrelevant, Terra Blast might be where we go. Terra Blast might be the one we go to for our final move, but we're going to look. So Sunny Day, Will-O-Wisp, don't need those. Rain Dance, don't need that. We do know that we got Thunder Wave. That's a good one. I do like to have 2 attacks. Would like to have 1 stronger attack. So Icy Wind, no. Blizzard, no. Brick Break, no. All right, let's just go over to the dark types. So we're going to go all the way over to dark and take a look. Thief, Snarl. We already know that Snarl's potentially a good one. Fling, Dark Pulse, that's a win. I mean, it's got 80 power. I'd like to see something with a little bit higher than Dark Power. Taunt, we've already got. Foul Play, that's physical. Foul Play is a good one, but it's physical. Nasty Plot, we've already got. Knock Off and Lash Out. That's it. So yeah, not a lot of options in terms of high-hitting dark moves. So Dark Pulse and Snarl. Those are the 2 we're going to use. And then we'll go ahead and back out of this since we already have the Snarls. We have like 24 of them or whatever. So again, check summary. Let's go teach him the Snarl move. I can't really find anything else outside of maybe, as I was saying, Haze could be good. Sort by name. Calm Mind would be good, but it's not needed. That would be interchangeable with Nasty Plot. You wouldn't really do both. So let's go do the Snarl. We'll get rid of Disable. And then the Snarl will kind of be in your back pocket for when you're fighting a Pokemon that's using special attack moves. And of course, it is also the one you can easily flip and move to something else as well, if you would like. So there we go. 4 attacks, ready to go. Let's do the next step. Next step is IVs. So we're going to go to the bag. And to boost your IVs, you're going to go back over to that little guy right there with the candy. It's amazing how much happens in that little spot. We're going to filter this by type. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to our IVs. IVs are in right here. They are these medicines, okay? HP through zinc. PP up, that increases your attack power, the number of attacks you have associated with each move. So if it's 10, it'll go up to 12, 14, etc. It gives you more moves to use in a raid. These are the IVs that you want to work with, though. HP is pretty much on every Pokemon in the raid world. There's some caveats to that when it comes to building for tier 7 and stuff, but otherwise HP up, maximize the HP, allows them to survive a little better, and you don't have to worry about trying to put anything into defense or special defense because you're just buffing extra HP. Protein, that's your attack. We're not going to do protein. Iron's your defense. Carbos is your what is it? That's your speed stat. So you can see that over here. Anytime you need to know, just look over there. Okay, speed stat. Calcium, that's my special attack stat. So that is the one we're going to use on Darkrai. So we're going to take those calciums and we're going to put them into Darkrai and max out his special attack stat. Now, you've also got the ability to use these feathers. You're going to gather these feathers up from a bunch of different places, raids and everything else, but typically use the feathers first. All right, so Genius Feather is the one that does special attack. So I will use those 180 special attack feathers first just to save my my calciums, because these medicines here are expensive. All right, you're going to buy these things at the Chansey Supply Store over in the main towns, but they're expensive. So I have a lot because I do a lot of raids and they do drop, and I max my gold out quite often, so I do buy those. But otherwise, let's do it. Let's use the Genius Feathers. Use it on that Darkrai. I'm going to hit the left button on that D-pad on the left controller again. It's going to max it to 180, and boof, those are all gone. Now we'll go up to the calcium, which is special attack. Hit that one. Use it. And max it again, so it's only going to take 8 more. It will only use the 8, and now he's maxed. And then we're going to go up to HP up. Use that one. And of course, I could be using the health feather down here, but I've only got 68, so I'm just going to cut my losses here and just go straight to the HP up, since I have plenty of them. Hit the over button, 26, and done. Now, well, let's go look at Darkrai. Check summary. And then we check his IVs by hitting the L button on the left controller, L1, and poof, there he is. Max special attack, max HP. That is how you max out your IVs for a Pokemon. Really, really easy using the meds. There is some other methods with training and battling and things like that, but we won't get into that in this video. So 361, 334, pretty good. Now, we need to fix this next, okay? Special attack and or the defense thing, we want to move these up. We want to boost special attack and drop the attack stat because that's what we don't care about. To do that, we're going to go back to the bag, go back to that exact same place we just were, go a little bit below the feathers, and we're going to get into the mints. Now, the red mints, these boost your attack and drop another stat. Blue mints boost your defense, and you can always see that over here. Boost your defense and then drops your attack, etc. So each one will do a different thing. Drops your special attack, but defense is the standard. It's always going to go up. Now let's take a look at the light green mints or turquoise mints, whatever you call it. This is the special attack one. We're going to use the modest mint because boost special attack, drop attack. We don't care about attack on Darkrai. Use that on Darkrai. Boof! That's all you got to do. And there's a few more mints down here. You got the pink mint, which does special defense, and then the green mint, which does the attack. So that's what you do. And a serious mint will cause its attack and defense to grow at an equal rate. Okay, I don't even know what that one does. Haven't used it. Anyway, might be something to test in the future. Didn't even know I had it. That's a testament to how much I play this game and how many things I get. All right, back to Darkrai. Check summary. There he is. All right, now we have boosted our special attack to 397, pushing 400. That is awesome. He's going to be really, really strong. Plus that nasty plot, Dark Pulse, he is going to wreck as a dark type. Attack's dropped now, and then we've got a nice even stat for special defense and defense, and then a really, really high speed at 286. This is turning out to be a phenomenal Pokemon. Now, we are still missing one thing, and that is the training. All right, go to my boxes. In your boxes, if I go over to that Darkrai and I look at him, I can take a look at down here, right down there. I'm down there. There's a judge button, a plus button. Okay, hit the judge button. What that does is it brings up all of this. My stats are pretty good. Well, you know what? Pretty good's not great. It's not awesome. It's not stellar. It's just pretty good. He's pretty good. No, I want him to be absolutely amazing. Okay? So if I go over and I look at some of these other ones, such as this Dragonite right next to him, I see that the best, and hyper trained. Hyper trained is what we're going to do now. We are going to hyper train Darkrai to get his stats up to be equal to the best. The best is the best. Okay? There's nothing better than the best. When it's the best, it's the best, and it's best. There you go. Hyper train is what we're going to do. Let's go hyper train Darkrai. Now, in order to hyper train any Pokemon, regardless of whether you're doing Darkrai or something else, you're going to come all the way up here to the far north. So you are going to have unlocked this little town right here, Montenevera. Okay, there you go. Go there. That's hyper training. Why this dude thinks he needs to train in sub-zero temperatures in the middle of the mountains, I have no idea. Once you load into the Pokestop right here in Montenevera, you are just going to take a nice little detour and walk right around to this guy with the Abomasnow. This is our man. Hyper training. Get it here. Talk to him. Hey, what do you want to do? We want to hyper train. He's going to offer you two options for hyper training. First, you're going to pick your Pokemon. We are picking that Darkrai because that Darkrai is just pretty good. We want it to be the best, not pretty good. Select. And here's the thing. In order to hyper train, you got to use bottle caps or gold bottle caps. Gold bottle caps, I've got 3. I don't even know where I got those 3. They were special events, raid bosses, extremely rare, I don't know. Bottle caps themselves do drop from your standard raids. I believe just 5 and 6 star raids, they are fairly rare. I do have 480 of them. That's a testament to how many raids that I do. But hey, we won't talk about that. Let's go bottle caps. I did have a Blissey that dropped like 9 of them all at once though. Then I'm going to upload a short of that Blissey because it was kind of funny. I think that Blissey's got a drinking problem. Just saying. Lots of root beer. A lot of bottle caps for the one Pokemon. All right, so here's what you do. Once you do pick the bottle caps, if you use a gold bottle cap, by the way, it's going to be one bottle cap will do all the stats. That's how that works. In this case, the bottle cap is just going to get you all of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go check, 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 check. Depending on how many bottle caps you have, you can pick and choose, but I just check them all. Boom, 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 and get rid of my red check marks. There we go. And then speed was already the best. It's already the best. It has a crown. I can't do anything with it, so we don't have to worry about it. Start the training. Where were we? We were 390-ish prior to hyper training for our special attack. No, we do not want to continue. We are done. Thank you very much. Now let's take a look at this Darkrai. Check summary. Stats 405. Because we hyper trade, we've now broken the 400 mark, and we've boosted everything else just a little bit more as well. Now this Pokemon is pretty much done. Well, it is done, but I want to show you one more thing. That's it. That is what you got to do to get your raid bosses ready to go and maximize them. IVs, max out the IVs, all right? Whatever their dominant stats are, however you want to build it. Then hyper train them and pick out their best moves based on how they are built. Special attacks, pick your special attack moves, pick your attack moves. Now, I did say, what about Tera type? If his Tera type is wrong, maybe this Tera type was fighting or something, whatever random thing that I got. What you want to do is you want to come down here to this little town right here in this upper left corner of the map. Okay? Medali. That's where you're going to change your Tera types. Let's fly there. We'll fly to the Pokestop on the north side of town just because it's the closest to the restaurant. To change a Tera type, you're going to feed Tera shards. Tera shards are obtained from raids, okay? And occasionally found in the wild with those little sparkle spots. You can pick up a Tera shard here and there. So you're going to come around and go to this restaurant. When you look at the map, it's always the big gray building right in the corner, okay? It's always right there. It's easy to see. Not hard. I mean, it's hard to miss. It's like outside of this little building over here, you can't do anything in. It's the biggest building in town. And when you hover over the, there you go, Treasure Eatery. That's where you're going to change your Tera types. And you're always going to go there, okay? And this is part of some of the story mode too, so I'm not too sure at which part of the story mode you actually get to the ability to do this. I don't know if you have to beat the game or not, so don't quote me on that. Come back here to the back of the room, left back corner, and we're going to talk to the cook, of course, who is saying, hey, you want to change the Tera type of any Pokemon? I think you have to do a quest maybe with this person first. I don't remember. You have to look it up if you don't see this. There might be something associated with this ahead of time. Been a little while since I did this. So, talk to the cook. Brought some Tera shards. Yes, in this case we were doing dark, so we would go down and we would pick our dark Tera shards. You do need 50 Tera shards to change your typing. All right. So I just picked dark, and then I would say, yep, who do I want to feed this to? And then I would go pick the Darkrai. But Darkrai is already dark, so I don't have to worry about it. Both of mine are actually dark, so I don't have to worry about it. That's all you do. That changes this Tera type to dark, and you'd be good to go. So no matter what Pokemon you're working with, no matter how you're doing it, that is how you change the Tera typing. Not really sure why I zoned back out, but anyway, we're outside. So let's get our fully built shiny Darkrai, who is now awesome and ready to go. Let's take a look one more time what we did and go through this nice little recap. Level him up, okay? Max out his level. Get it as high as you can, preferably to 100. Step number 2, invest the IVs, figure out what his dominant stats are, then teach your move base based on that. However you want to build it, it's going to go from there, okay? I did mention a little bit ago the ability. We'll take a quick look at the abilities before we're done, but otherwise the abilities are listed there. Once that's done, you're going to go hyper train, get the hyper train done, and again go to boxes, hit the judge button, select the Pokemon, hit the judge button if it needs to be. In this case, it's already hit because I still see hyper train. Now you see hyper trained on all of it instead of pretty good. He's no longer pretty good. He's hyper trained. And then go from there. All right, bag the abilities. If you want to check abilities, okay, again, filter by type, etc. And you're going to go down and you're looking for ability patch and ability capsules. When I hover over them, this cannot use does not change. So Darkrai only has one ability. Ability capsules allow you to flip from different abilities if he's got multiple native abilities. Ability capsule, or the ability patch. Capsule is native abilities. Patch is your hidden ability. Some Pokemon have hidden abilities which are harder to get that you can flip over to with a patch. Okay, Lucario is one of those ones. For that other ability, you're gonna have to use the patch and not the capsule. But when I hover over those, nothing changes. So nothing to use there. Darkrai does not have any other abilities. And there you have it. We are ready to go wreck some raids. So what you want to do when you build anything like this is focus on what he's good at. So in this case, Dark type is great at fighting Ghost and Psychics. So now I can go out here to my map, go look for Ghost and Psychic type raids, and just wreck. Because he's going to be good and super effective against all of those type raids. Of course, have fun with it. Figure out what you want to do. Hopefully this helps. End-to-end guide. It is a bit of a longer guide, I know, but it does take a lot to go through exactly everything you need to do to build out your Pokemon. So use this, go through, build out your raid Pokemon, and hey, if you did enjoy this, hit that sub, hit the like, and come back for more. See you later.